Hello and welcome to Mark and Paul's Opinion Hour, although today with the outrageous twist that for this episode Paul is not here. I got a WhatsApp yesterday to say that he's, and I quote, royally fucked up and double booked. Didn't even have the decency to say what was more important than the podcast. I'm going to assume it was life and death. Otherwise, Paul needs to seriously reassess his priorities. So, it's just the Barron brothers here tonight to discuss this episode's topic, Apocryphal Tales, or if you prefer, urban myths. Paul was going to do the intro for this episode, and at such short notice, I've not really had a chance to write one like we normally would. Had Paul been here, I've no doubt that the intro would have been jam-packed with inadvertent puns, inadvertent in heavy quote marks there. But as a nod to the great man, let's see if we can rustle up a couple of shitty puns for you. Okay, so how about Paul was meant to be here tonight, yet he put his big foot in it and has failed to turn up. There you go, that'll have to tide you over until the next episode, when I'm sure Paul will be back as punny and funny as ever. So we'll just move straight on with this episode. Stand by. Hi Neil.
Hello Mark.
This is weird, isn't it, without Paul?
Quite weird.
Just the two of us.
Yeah, I mean it's not the first time the two of us have sat and had a conversation together, but
I know.
Somehow having all the microphones here, it feels like...
Makes it a little bit more formal, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah.
So one thing I wanted to mention about last week, this was like only something that sort of crops up again when I listened back. Remember a couple of weeks ago when I left the room and you were slagging me off behind my back?
Yes.
Imagine my surprise when you talked about me behind my back again last week when I left the room.
Yep.
I've actually got it queued up here. I'm just going to play it for you.
Keep quiet, Neil. Keep quiet because he's recording.
I am still recording, yeah.
I really like Mark, actually. I don't say it enough.
I love his hair.
I like his hair. I just like his whole
demeanour. Oh, I love him. He's a really nice, kind chap.
He is.
Isn't he?
He is.
Isn't he? And I love his shirt tonight.
It's a nice shirt, actually. I was going to mention it to him, but I haven't said
It's a
that
lovely check. It's a brown. You don't often see brown check.
You don't often.
And you got to have some confidence.
Yeah.
To pull it off.
And he does.
He does.
And then I'm back in the room, and you both shut up. I don't know what's worse, slagging me off behind my back, or only complimenting me behind my back. Why wouldn't you say those things to my face?
Well, we were in the busy record, you know. We didn't have time to...
That is exactly the sort of oxygen my fragile ego needs to survive.
Well,
maybe you're starving me of that oxygen.
Maybe we knew that you would listen to it at some point and would actually hear it, and it might be a nice way to hear that sort of compliment.
It's just only be able to hear these things clandestinely from your own brother. It's just didn't feel quite right. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, well, that was something that I noticed as I was listening back last time. But I appreciate. I mean, and the shirt. It felt like a bit of a swing, and I could have used that.
Well, you're right. Actually, I really should have mentioned the shirt. It was. It's not the sort of thing you normally wear, but it worked.
Yeah, well, you know, thank you. Even though it was only covertly, I was able to sort of like elicit that sentiment from you, but I appreciate it all the same.
It's better than nothing, isn't it?
Something else since we last recorded is Paul Bryn. You know our friend Bryn?
I know Bryn, yeah.
Husband of Sarah, who's emailed in a few times. Yep. We went and did a pub quiz.
Oh, you did? I was supposed to come, didn't I?
That's right. You
couldn't make it.
Yeah, you bailed.
Paperwork.
Yeah, we could have used you, actually. We came, I think it was 4th out of 6 teams.
Oh, that's not great.
Yeah, it's not great. But we did pretty well as well. I think there were some decent teams there, in all fairness.
Bit of cheating, probably.
Maybe. In fact, I think Paul did say there was somebody we saw on his phone. But Paul did well, actually. He's a pretty good little quizzer, isn't he?
I mean...
He's
look at the quiz scores.
Yeah, I know.
They speak for themselves.
I think he got like 100% on the music round, so it was like
good.
Right in his wheelhouse. It was also like 80s and like 90s stuff, but yeah, he did pretty good.
Actually,
with that.
While you're talking about Nathan, I did bump into him today.
Oh, really?
And he mentioned that the quiz wasn't very good at the last episode.
I mean,
I think it was mentioned on the record that it wasn't very listener friendly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously tasting from a listener's perspective.
He did say though that he did manage to guess one of the answers by your description.
What was that?
It was the poppadom. He said, "Oh, that'll be
a
more good sensation."
Right? Yeah. Amazing. That's pretty good.
So yeah. But I'm going to do something different tonight, or something not so different, a bit more traditional.
Fantastic. Speaking of Bryn, though, we have had a bit of correspondence in since last week from Bryn. I think it was because I was down the pub. Every time I see people who listen to the podcast, they have all these opinions. And I was like, don't tell me now. Email in so we can put it in. So he did, in all fairness. He's emailed it. So here he is. Morning. This was going to be a text, but thought you'd like it as an email. I did. I told you that explicitly. World records that you could do. In many ways, I am in agreement with Mark.
Oh, here we go.
That his is the same as Neil's duck example. Neil could break the record, but it would cost him £1,500. Therefore, he's not going to do it. Mark could break the marshmallow record with training, potentially. However, it would cost him a foot later in life, so he's not going to do it. However, he does go on to say that the record Mark chose was entirely dependent on consumption of sugar is fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
And he should simply have chosen the consumption of almonds instead. Twat.
Yes.
Right, thanks, Brim. Anyway, he continues, thoroughly enjoying the pod/cast. Neil's a great addition to the team.
Oh, nice to
I
hear.
think we've kind of put that to bed now.
No,
I think
no.
everyone's unanimously likes Neil,
Yep.
thinks it's a good addition,
Yep.
thinks you somehow temper the raw energy of Paul and I.
Oh, is that a good thing?
No, that was just my own.
Oh, that's your
just
take
my
on
own
it, right?
thought. But yeah, no, I agree. You are a great addition to the team. Still, he did bring this up when we were at the pub, and I'm sort of loath to mention it really, but he can't believe that I wasn't offering to babysit for you when you were talking about you and George couldn't go to pub quizzes.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, I don't really want to, air our dirty laundry or anything, but
You have babysat.
I have babysat.
Yeah.
But I'm not probably top of the list in terms of I've only babysat where your kids have been pretty much asleep.
Yeah.
So I'm more, I'm happy
You've
to do
babysat
that.
for us more than anyone else has babysat for us.
Is
so-
that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go then, Bryn. Fuck you. Bryn does go on. He does
go on, doesn't he?
He does go on. He's got some proposed topics here:
Go on.
weddings and fashion.
Is that one topic or is that?
No, I think it's two topics.
Okay.
Weddings, I like
Yeah.
because I have some strong opinions. I love weddings.
Yeah.
So I have some strong opinions about that. So maybe
Put it on the list.
Yeah, I have put it on the list.
Okay.
Fashion, so that's come up before. I know nothing about fashion. I'd be willing to give it a go if there was a strong contingent that wanted to hear it. But
Yeah. Paul's daughter wasn't it that suggested that? I
she
think.
mentioned boats and coats.
Boats and coats.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, we could include that. We could do it with boats and coats. Other topics that Bryn has thought of is billionaires, force for good or evil.
I think that's a bit too serious a topic.
Yeah, you're probably right. University versus work, as in straight from school.
Does he know what we do on this podcast?
Yeah, I know, right?
Has he listened? Or is it just Sarah that listens?
He also mentioned Christmas, so that's already on the list. I think
Yeah.
we're going to probably do a Christmas one.
At Christmas.
Bosses, no, that's just dangerous, isn't
No
it?
way, I'm not going down that road.
Definitely not. And kids, good, bad, or evil necessity.
Evil necessity, that's an interesting
In
angle
terms
on
of
it.
the, propagating
Yeah, I
the
get
human
that.
race.
Yeah.
And again, on the list, Bryn. But thanks for writing in. Again, if anyone else would like to correspond with us, this is how you can do it.
Mark and Paul's opinion are at gmail.com. Can I mention one thing about Bryn while we're on the subject?
Please do.
He mentioned last week that I should check my business's social media policy.
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
And what I want to make crystal clear,
Yeah.
and perhaps we could do, I don't know if you can go back and put this ahead of any other previous episodes.
Maybe.
The views I discuss on this show are my own and not necessarily those of the John Lewis Partnership. I think I need to make that perfectly clear.
Excellent. If you want, I can put that over some funny music, if that would help.
I don't know.
Yeah, with a boo-boo-boo at the end.
Okay, well, that's
Maybe for next
something
time.
to think about.
Excellent. Yeah, well, if you're listening, Waitrose, I think, he looks like he really means it.
I
So,
do.
yeah. I think that was pretty much all we have, so we're just going to ding the bell and crack on with this week's episode.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Going back to our school days, we're going to talk about apocryphal tales we heard around the classroom, the playground, things that we picked up at school.
Now, we need to be careful here. Again, we're not slandering any
No.
real people, so
No.
I think we've both kind of avoided doing that.
I think
haven't we?
so, yeah.
Excellent.
There were some we could have
Yeah,
done.
a few crossed my mind. That would be funny. But
Yeah, I think it's safest to
I
and
think
fairest.
so. I think so. Yeah.
Considering that 90% of the people that listen to this are people that we went to school with.
Exactly, and I'm sure
Not that any of the stories I have are about those people, but it's quite hard to keep it anonymous when.
if you want to hear slanderous stories about the people I went to school with, then buy me a pint one day.
Quite.
Yeah, absolutely.
You hear like little else.
Do it the old-fashioned way. Buy me a drink, and then I'll tell you everything.
Yeah. So the one I've got is something that I was under the impression it was pretty widely known, but we talked about it briefly before the record, and
Yep.
you hadn't heard of it.
I don't think I had, no.
So Hangman's Hill is what I've heard it known as.
It sounds ominous.
Yeah, so it was, and also I've had a quick look on the internet when I was doing a little bit of research, and it's not just the one I'm aware of. There are other instances of this phenomenon.
Right.
Basically, it's Lansdowne Hill. Do you know Lansdowne Hill? On the way to Bath,
in
basically.
Bath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know where Bath Races is?
Yeah.
Tracy Park Golf Club.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there basically.
Vaguely, yeah.
So the theory is, or the conspiracy, not conspiracy theory, the tale
Yep.
is that there is an area on this hill
Yeah.
where if you park a car and leave it in neutral with the handbrake off, the car goes up the hill.
Right.
It rolls up the hill.
Yeah, okay.
And it is an area where I believe people used to be hanged.
Right, okay.
Hence Hangman's Hill.
And was there some kind of correlation between that? Was there like malevolent spirits that are pushing the cars up the hill?
I guess, yeah. I don't know
Right.
about that bit. But I remember doing it. I remember going when I was in the sixth form
Yeah.
to this place.
But hang on, did you have it like in first gear or something? Where it's just going to go anyway if you take
No,
your foot
engine
off the
engine
clutch?
was off.
Right.
Yeah, engine was off. It was
Yep.
left in neutral and the handbrake was taken off. And I was with a group of friends I was at sixth form with. It wasn't my car. But what I would say our experience was that the car did move.
Hang on, are you telling me that you've experienced a supernatural phenomenon here? Are you
No, because at the time I remember thinking, I'm not sure that's uphill.
Right.
It is like there is a hill that's going upwards.
Yeah.
But I think the part of the hill we were on wasn't actually going up. I think it was
Going down.
Going down.
That's genius.
And when I was doing this research, the other place, it was somewhere else in the UK. I forget where it was. And it was exactly the same story.
Yeah.
But it was the analysis of this area was a bit of an optical illusion.
Okay.
It is like on a hill that is going up, but that particular part of it was actually going down. So it didn't look like it was
Surely
going up.
You can perceive that. Like you can say, surely it's like obviously it's.
Yeah.
You assume as a human, you're so used to experiencing the laws of physics that I just can't believe anyone that could be like a
Well, like I
optical
said,
illusion.
this is something that we went there on the night,
Yep.
and we were all like, "This is the place."
Yep.
Someone knew exactly where it was, and we took the handbrake off. We watched it happen, and there were people that were there that were like, "Wow, that is actually working. That's amazing." But I was more sceptical. I have to say.
And there's definitely like the driver didn't like it wasn't like an automatic or something, and it wasn't like a hybrid. It was just an
Hybrids
electric
did
motor.
not exist,
Right, okay.
in the 1990s.
Right, okay.
So yeah, that was the one that I had.
It's amazing that I don't remember you ever telling me that, because, you know, if you truly thought that you just experienced this, like, miracle.
No, I mean, I once did a Ouija board where we found Elvis, who said he lived in Camden Market. I didn't tell you that either, because I didn't really believe it.
Yeah. How does that work then? I've never done a Ouija board, but it's just that people kind of force it.
Yeah,
you know,
basically. There's someone in the room, or
Yeah.
you sort of, between you, you're
Yep.
kind of...
Do you know
subtly
where
moving it.
the name Ouija comes from?
I do not.
It is both the French and German for, yes, we are.
Oh, really?
Fun fact.
But going back to a bit more sort of parochial...
Sorry, back to the school days.
So, the one I remember from school, because we grew up in a sort of bit of a sleepy suburb in Bristol, but we were quite blessed where we grew up that there was a fair amount of countryside and farmland within, like, walkable distance from our house, yeah? So this is the thing I remember, and this is apparently quite a common one all around the world, cow tipping.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
You've heard of cow tipping,
I have,
assume?
actually. I when I was starting to do my research, I made a note to look into cow tipping,
really?
and then just didn't get around to it.
Oh, well, don't worry. I've
You've
got
done it all for
I've got
me.
a load of stuff
Good,
here.
good.
So, but I distinctly remember Now, I don't remember specifically who, so again, I can't give any names.
Friend
here.
of a friend, by any chance?
Friend of a friend, yeah. No, but I'm sure people in my year, they'd obviously heard about this thing, and they claimed they had. And I can even remember the field they said they did it in.
Hillyfield.
No, it wasn't. It was, remember the one at the top of Church Road? There used to be cows right at the top of Church Road.
Oh, yeah.
It was in that field, somebody
Right.
told me. But
Yeah.
again, I don't remember who. And the whole thing is, cows sleep standing up, apparently.
That's horses, isn't it?
They don't really, yeah, I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
And they sneak up on them and just push them over
Yeah.
and run away. So firstly, cows, when they sleep, deep sleep, they do that lying down.
Yeah.
They do...
Or when it's raining. Or it might be about to rain. They lie down, don't they?
Yeah, they lie down sometimes, yeah, if for other reasons. So they can lie down, but when they do their deep sleeping, they're always led down. They can sort of light sleep when they stand up.
Just a doze, like a...
Yeah, exactly.
40 winks? How many winks?
20
winks, yeah.
Yeah. 40 winks, that's a whole night's sleep. Yeah. But this is the reason why this has probably never, ever happened. So, vets do sometimes have to put cows on the side in order to perform certain procedures with them. So, I was reading about how vets do this, and there's quite a complicated thing. It takes a whole team of people. They need to sort of hobble the cow with ropes, and it's all very delicate, and there's a very specific thing to do it in order to get them on the side. Just thinking that you could just go up to them and put them on their side, that's not really how it works. Cows are prey animals, so they've evolved to be incredibly wary of their surroundings and potential danger. Basically, the thought of being able to sneak up on a cow without them knowing about it is just unthinkable. That's not how it works. And then there's the matter of the actual brute force required to tip a cow. So, in 2005, a University of British Columbia student, Tracy Bachler, something like that, and Doctor of Zoology Margot Lilly, they ran the numbers for this. Obviously a slow day in the lab for Tracy and Margot. But they calculated that to tip an unmoving, non-resisting cow would take about 1,360 newtons of force.
Okay.
A 10 or 11 stone person can produce around 660 newtons of force. So in a best case scenario, it would take 2 fully grown humans, and that would only be if the cow wasn't aware of your presence and was therefore sort of not resisting or bracing or anything like that. If the cow was aware of their presence and was going to resist, they reckon it would take at least 5 or 6 humans to bring it down, assuming it would stay there long enough for you to do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have been up close to a cow. You know, our uncle, Alan. How you doing,
Yep.
Alan? Was a livestock
It was
haulier.
behind the cow, wasn't it, in the time that you were up close with it?
I'm not getting into that right
Right,
now.
okay.
But he was a livestock haulier. I spent a week working with him.
Mm-hmm.
There were cows in the we moved cows.
Yep.
I mean, goes without saying, I suppose, but if you've been up close to a cow, they are fucking enormous.
Yeah, absolutely.
The idea that you could push one over is fanciful at best.
And of course they're like 4-legged, so they got like really good
Yeah.
sort of low solid base and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, I was told that somebody had, and this is a really common, you find this all around the world, so most of the stuff I was reading earlier is all from America.
Oh, wow.
So why is this a thing? How has this become like a funny story? Who was the first person to lie about pushing a cow over?
I don't know. Who's the first person to milk a cow?
Well, I mean, humans are mammals, so they would kind of know that milk would come from the mammary glands, so I don't think that's necessarily an unusual thing that you might milk a cow.
I don't know.
Or that milk would be a
then drink
palatable thing. It's weird that other animals haven't become... We don't tend to milk other animals.
No.
It's like, you get goat's milk, I suppose, don't you? Sheep's
certainly do.
milk.
Yep.
Because you make cheese from those. You never get like snake milk or anything, do you?
Well, snake isn't a mammal, is it?
It's not a mammal. No, that's true. Oh, yeah. Alright, you never
Rat's
drink...
milk?
Rat's milk, yeah.
Rat's milk.
That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a much better one, yeah.
You'd have to get, like, you know, they have those machines that milk a cow. You'd have to get a very, very small version of it for
Hours I have spent trying to milk my snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those aren't udders, mate.
But yeah, I suppose it's like the first person to do many of these things, or the first person to come up with these stories. But yeah,
They came from somewhere, don't they?
indeed. Anyway, that was all I had from I could remember specifically from school
I
days.
definitely don't want to take the opportunity here to tell a story about something horrible that happened to a classmate, or...
I don't want to,
You
but
don't
you've
want to-
got one.
I don't want to, no. I just
No.
want to check that you definitely don't.
No, I don't think I will.
Okay.
I mean, we could turn the recorder off and
Let's
I can
do
tell you
that.
loads of stuff.
Okay, let's do that, yeah.
Let's do that, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to ring the bell.
Okay.
Now it is time to talk about the big one. Conspiracy theories.
This is where it gets interesting.
This is actually where we've got a lot of juicy stuff to talk about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I am a bit fascinated with conspiracy theories. I am a massive skeptic
Yes.
about anything of that sort of nature.
Yes. Me too.
So there's one that I've done a bit of work on, because I actually came across some stuff I've never really heard about before, which sort of go to sort of explain why sometimes people's, I think the human mind likes to put patterns together and make up things like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
But the one that always amazes me, that there are genuinely people who believe in it, is the flat earthers.
Go on.
So, I mean, you're familiar with the concept,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So there's some people that are absolutely convinced that the Earth is flat. Now, obviously, many, many years ago, everyone thought the Earth was flat. But of course, we now understand through geometry, and we've gone into outer space. We've got photos of the Earth as not being flat, but there are still some people who are absolutely convinced that it is flat. And it is just, you cannot reason with these people, and that they will just tie themselves up in like logical knots trying to. So when people first realised about the movement of the planets and stuff. And once they started realising that the planets are all spheres and they were all orbiting each other, suddenly the observations they were making of stars and planets and things like that suddenly made loads of sense. But for the flat earthers, so basically they think that it's all flat and that the sun is like just a big sort of atomic thing that then moves around. The concept that they are clinging to is so unbelievably out there that the truth is a lot simpler, basically. They just won't have it at all. And there's actually a really good documentary on Netflix called Beyond the Curve,
okay,
or maybe Ahead of the Curve, or something like that. But there's a fabulous bit in it. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but all the way through it, there are some flat earthers who are trying to approach their flat earth theory, but scientifically.
Okay.
So fair play to them, like they're trying to actually do science, where they're trying to make observations to demonstrate their hypothesis. So they've got this thing, they're saying that they want to find a really flat area,
yes,
and they want to get a really long distance, so maybe it was a kilometre or even several kilometres. They want to get a powerful laser, put it completely perpendicular to the ground,
yep,
fire it, and if the Earth is flat, then where the laser hits the point that they're aiming it at
would be
exactly the same height.
Perfect. Yep.
Obviously, if the Earth is curved, then it's going to be higher up.
Yep.
Because obviously the actual thing is lower down over the curve, sort of thing.
Yes.
So they've done this thing where they go to a lake. So they thought, stretch of water, you don't get any flatter than water.
Big lake.
Absolutely. So they get these pontoons and they set it up and they fire this laser, and then the board they've got set up kilometres away, they can't see the laser point on there. And they're on their radios to each other on these pontoons. And they go, and this is the very end of the documentary. And remember, if the Earth is curved, it will be higher on the board. And they radio the guy with the lasers, go, just raise your board up a little bit, would you? And they raise it up, and suddenly they see the laser. And the documentary ends with them going, huh. And it's just
brilliant,
perfect.
That's great.
Yeah. But so there's other ones like that. So chemtrails as well. Are you familiar with that one?
I'm not. No, what's that?
So you know where you get contrails from planes, which is just vapor. Water vapor.
Yep.
There are conspiracists who believe that is a government conspiracy, basically, to pump nefarious gases and things like that into the atmosphere to control populations and stuff. And that's a really common one. I used to work with a woman who she once brought this up with me. The first time I ever heard about it was her telling me about it. And she was convinced that, so when you see planes and you see all this vapor coming out the back, then, this is some, conspiracy thing, and they're pumping nasty stuff into the atmosphere. And even the very first time I heard it, I was sort of trying to explain or trying to sort of work through with her the effort, the logistics of this being true. So it's like all the people who work in the airport are in on this.
Yeah.
And the pilots are in on this.
Yeah.
And somehow, even though there must be tens of thousands of people complicit in this conspiracy, no one's ever breathed a word.
Yeah, totally.
And the one that I always go back to is that Bill Clinton couldn't cover up the fact that he'd had sex with his intern, when there was hardly anyone knew about it.
Yeah.
That was impossible to keep that in. With tens of thousands of people involved in the conspiracy, it is just unthinkable that it could possibly be true.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? When the world, when you have things like Donald Trump and Brexit, it's like the idea that there's a group of people that are controlling the world, whether they're lizards or paedophiles or whatever. The idea that it's being controlled, it's absolute nonsense. It's the world is a crazy, unpredictable place.
It's the assumption of that much competence.
Yeah,
that I find most unbelievable.
Yeah, imagine.
It's like they think that these people are so good at what they do that they've never slipped up.
Yeah.
They've never accidentally revealed themselves. Yeah. And the thought that any organisation with that many people involved could be that good or be that competent, unthinkable.
Well, the one I was going to talk about kind of is a similar sort of territory to having how many people would need to be involved in it. Mm-hmm. The moon landings.
Oh my God! Yeah.
I mean,
preach, brother. Go for it.
Well, there's a theory, and I think I'd read it was the Flat Earth Society who were part of this, accusing NASA in 1980, apparently, of hoaxing it. It was sponsored by Walt Disney, according to their
really?
theory.
Oh, well, there's loads of he's got his own conspiracy theories, like his head's buried underneath, like Disney World or whatever.
It was based on a script by Arthur C. Clarke.
Oh, okay.
And directed by Stanley Kubrick. And I think a lot of that comes back to the fact he directed 2001.
Oh, so sorry, you mean that, so all the things you hear about One Small Step, that Arthur C. Clarke wrote
the script,
right? Okay.
And Stanley Kubrick directed it.
But that's so funny, because when you hear the radio transcripts, it's all kind of really banal, sort of military talk, you know?
Yeah. And there's loads and loads of stuff about how it couldn't possibly be the case, and all the things that the conspiracy theorists suggest are reasons why it couldn't have happened have all been disproved.
This is the thing. I don't know if I've ever met a genuine moon landing denier. This is, if I ever did though, this is what I want to ask them. What level of space travel do they buy?
Yeah.
Like, do they believe that we have sent rockets out of the atmosphere? Do they believe that men have, like, or humans have been in those rockets and have left the atmosphere? I mean, do they believe that we have orbited the moon? Because it strikes me that if they kind of say, yeah, okay, well, I believe there are rockets that can leave the atmosphere, that to then we got all the way to the moon doesn't seem like that much of a stretch.
No, quite.
If they're willing to believe, the more amazing thing is that we've invented a rocket that could even get out of the atmosphere in the first place.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. Anyway,
and I'd read somewhere that if the moon landing was a conspiracy, then more than 400,000 people would have been involved in it, and it was probably easier to fly a rocket to the moon and land it with men on it than it is to keep a conspiracy of 400,000 people secret.
Of the two, the latter is by far the most likely to have happened. Absolutely.
And I read a good quote about conspiracy theories that anyone who believes in conspiracy theories has clearly never tried to organise a dinner out with more than 6 people.
Yes, absolutely. In this, the Flat Earth documentary I mentioned, though, one of the people being interviewed on it, who wasn't one of the conspiracy theorists, he was quite generous, I think, but he did actually make a good point. It's that these conspiracy theorists could have a really useful part in society, or even in science. Skepticism is a huge part of science. You want to be able to say, right, this is an experiment we've done, this is a study we've done. You want people with really sceptical minds to take that apart. Absolutely. So actually they could have a really interesting role in science. It's just, if we could just harness their scepticism and push it in some like a useful sort of direction.
Yeah, it's a fair point. And I think there's also some of it is like there's this whole thing about, if you don't believe in conspiracy theories, then you're just buying into the narrative that the government want you to believe in.
Wake up, sheeple.
That's exactly it, yeah. And it's like, okay, but then you're just buying into this other completely different conspiracy theory, or this other completely different theory. That you don't have any evidence for this. You're just basing it on because you want it to be true. You'd like it to be to be true.
And they're so deaf to, and like, when you see the plans, and there are sometimes they make models like the flat earthers about how they think, what they think the world does actually look like, and how they think the sun is done, basically this huge light in the sky that's moved around, and the complexity of what they're trying to explain. Like I said, they have to just tie themselves up in knots to say what they can actually observe to make it fit their model. Yeah, and actually the real model is beautiful in its simplicity, you know, and the maths just works.
Yeah, but it's complicated, isn't it? You have to have faith in the scientists. You and I do not know whether someone landed on the moon or whether the Earth is flat or not. We haven't
witness it, you know.
Yeah, we haven't done the maths, but we have faith that there are people out there that have done it, and we believe them. Yep. Whereas these conspiracy theorists are just believing some bloke on the internet.
Absolutely.
It's something. It's not a peer-reviewed journal. It's not an expert. It's just some guy.
A lot of people
normally is a guy, I imagine, but
a lot of people just don't understand what scientific methodology is. Yeah. And it's not a nefarious thing. It's just a simple set of rules to establish the truth of things, or close to the truth.
And
of
most of the
possible.
time, it's not like the scientists are saying, "I believe this, therefore it is true." Yep. They are testing it. They are proving it, and sometimes the science changes. You can have, like, Newton believes something and Einstein changes it, and we move on.
All science is the best guess we've got of something based on the data that we've been able to collect. But if we can collect new data, we can come up with new theories. But yeah, that is a bit of a bugbear of mine. This is one I've got, though. So, JFK assassination. Thoughts on that?
Well, yeah.
Was it Lee Harvey Oswald?
Yeah, again, we've just used all of my quickfires now. But yeah, I mean, we've both read the book American Tabloid.
Yeah, so that does make quite a compelling case, doesn't it? Even though it's a work of fiction.
Yeah.
Just so you know, so
James Ellroy.
James Ellroy is my favourite author, but yeah, this book basically leads up to the JFK assassination, and it basically posits it was all CIA and mob and people.
It was everyone, basically.
Yeah.
Everyone apart from Lee Harvey Oswald.
And it was all to do with the fact that they wanted casinos in Cuba.
Yeah.
And JFK wasn't going to go and take Cuba back so they could get their casinos back.
Yeah, the Bay of Pigs was a failure, and therefore, he had to go.
But
it does make a compelling case, doesn't it? I mean, it is a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I do kind of believe it.
I kind of bought that as well. And also, the thing I remember seeing once, somebody, it was like a ballistics expert, and he was trying to explain that with the gun he had, and the distance, and the fact that it was moving car, that it's almost impossible to think, not entirely impossible, but wholly improbable that he could have shot him 3 times with that rifle in that time frame at that distance.
So, I mean, we've just been spending the last however many minutes slagging off conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
Yet we are kind of saying that we think we believe this one.
What about this, though? So here's some interesting stuff. So I've found some links between the Kennedy and the Lincoln assassinations.
Yep.
Check these out for coincidences. I mean, you tell me whether you think this is possible. This could be anything other than significant.
I will tell you.
Kennedy and Lincoln, both 7 letters.
No.
Both elected to Congress in 46 and president in 60, although 1846 and 1946 and then 1860 and 1960.
Gotcha, yep,
but
yep.
Still, this is really stacking up now. Both assassins, John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald, born in 39, again 1839, 19, respectively, and known with 3 names, and the 3 names add up to 15 letters.
I mean,
come on, we're blowing this wide open now. Wilkes ran from a theatre and was caught in a warehouse. Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theatre, cinema. Although, I have actually seen recently that John Wilkes Booth, of course he did run from a theatre, because that's where Lincoln was assassinated, but apparently he was found in a farm or something, so that one doesn't actually work. Both were Southerners. Both presidents' successors were called Johnson and were born in 08.
Hang on, both were Southerners?
Wasn't Southern,
I thought...
Kennedy was from Boston,
yeah.
He? All right, screw that. Oh, no, I think... No. John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald were both Southerners.
Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Lincoln and Kennedy both ran on civil rights platforms.
True, yeah.
Both shot in the head on a Friday. And both Wilkes and Oswald killed before they could go to court.
Well, there you go.
It's stacked. When you see it stacked up like that, it does make you think, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
It makes you think there's a load of bullshit.
Yeah, I like
that's what it makes me think.
Good, yeah.
But yeah, well, I think that's probably covered what we needed to for conspiracy theories.
I think we've covered a lot of ground there.
We have. Here we go. So one element of Apocryphal Tales that we haven't really covered yet in today's sections is what is technically known as cryptids.
Cryptids?
You heard of that phrase before?
Only because you mentioned it to me before we started recording.
So,
before that, no.
So this is the sort of the name of the sort of study of it, if you like, would be cryptozoology. It's basically made up animals.
Right, okay.
So your Bigfoots, your Yetis.
Gotcha.
But what I wanted to talk about today, which is my favourite cryptid, is the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, fantastic. The
fact that there is still this myth going on, and in our own country as well,
I know,
is quite charming, I think. So here's some stuff. So I've got some facts about the actual Loch Ness, because there's some. It's a pretty impressive body of water. You're
going to be, not only have you spoiled all of my quickfires, you're going to be spoiling the quiz now.
Oh no! Oh well, I couldn't...
Give me some facts.
Well, here's the facts I've got. So it holds an estimated 263 billion cubic feet of water.
Bullshit. I don't believe that for a second.
Its deepest parts are over 800 feet, 243 metres deep.
Well, that does spoil one of the questions.
Twice the average depth of the North Sea. This is the thing that was always that absolutely blew my mind when I heard this. Loch Ness holds more water than all the lakes, rivers and reservoirs in the whole of England and Wales combined.
Yes, I've read this fact. It's a good one, isn't it?
It is a really good fact. It just seems so unlikely, doesn't it? It's big enough to fit every person in the world 10 times over in.
I don't believe that.
Now, that just sounds like that's a tragedy waiting to happen. We talk about climate change or nuclear war being the greatest threat to mankind, but nobody's talking about the drowning threat of Loch Ness, are they?
They're not.
10 times over we could lose the population of the Earth on. Now, going back to the debunking thing, this is why Loch Ness Monster is probably not true.
No.
So firstly, the descriptions of the monster differ wildly. So that's always,
Well, people probably saw him in the dark, just a little flashing sight of him. I mean, I think that's still... I'd still believe it.
Or maybe he just changes his look from time to time.
Exactly.
Maybe in the 70s he had the sort of like the big mohawk.
Yeah.
Maybe in the 80s he had like the flock of seagulls style. In the
mullet.
He had the mullet at some point as well. But, so the descriptions of the monster differ wildly. So that's always a bit of a giveaway that this thing isn't true.
I'm not having it yet.
But you're not having it. No. Fair enough. Okay. There's never been a reliable sighting of it.
Well, it's such a big loch. It's so deep.
It's deep, but it's not, it's like on the surface, it's not that big, really.
Excuse me, go back to one of your facts. All of the other lakes, rivers and reservoirs
because
in
it's
the
so
country.
deep. It's the depth of that.
Well,
not
exactly.
But that you won't sight it when it's down deep. You'd only...
You could go underwater and have a look.
I suppose you could do that. Many cryptozoologists claim that Lessie is a plesiosaur, which is a type of dinosaur. You know the one, it looks a bit like a Diplodocus or Diplodocus, but it's got flippers rather than legs. You know the one, long neck, little head sort of
And
thing.
it got stuck in the loch at the end of the last ice age.
Well, this is it. So plesiosaurs are said to have been extinct for 65.5 million years. So this is the real problem, is that there's no remains have been found. So if there had been plesiosaurs living in the loch, which there must have been, where Nessie is just the latest, like the most recent one in the lineage of that, we would see all of Nessie's dead relatives. And this is the thing with Loch Ness, it's got a really flat bottom. So
have you.
We mustn't hold it against them, right?
So hang on.
Do you want me to hold my flat bottom against you?
No, thank you. No. So hang on, just for a second.
Yeah.
Let's just wind that back.
Sure.
We're saying that there's lots of Nessies, not just one Nessie that's been around for a long time.
Yeah, because plesiosaurs don't live forever. They live for, I don't know how long they live for, but let's assume they live for like 100 years, maybe, because they're given their size. That, over 65, there must have been a lineage of them.
Yeah, you're putting a different light on it for me now. Maybe you're right.
So if there was all these dead ones, and apparently Loch Ness has got a really flat bottom, so it's really... Right, if you do that again, I'm going to edit the third one out. The first two can stay because, legit, that was quite funny. Fair enough. But yeah, if you do it again, I'm going to edit it out.
But what if I do it with really good comic timing and it's funny?
I'm going to give you the opportunity now. So,
okay.
Because Loch Ness has got such a flat bottom,
Go on.
it's really easy to dredge. Yeah, just like your bottom. So it just means that if there whatever there is to find...
Have they dredged it though?
Yeah, it's been done. And they've not found any bones.
Yeah, but the dredgers are in on it, aren't they?
Of course they are.
It's always the dredgers.
Yeah. Fucking Scottish dredgers. They're the worst, aren't they? Ugh. So yes, we've not found any remains, basically, bones or fossils or anything. So since the 1970s, scientists have dredged, scooped and explored the floor of the loch. The floor is flat, which makes it ideal for finding bones with these methods, and none have been found. Yeah. Answer me that, Neil.
Yes, okay, you've convinced me.
Here we go. Loch Ness isn't big enough to support a creature that size. Now, this doesn't seem right.
Doesn't, does it?
No, I haven't even said the thing yet. Hang on. Just hold up. Loch Ness isn't big enough to support the creature that size. There are estimates that there are around 22 tons of fish in the lake. That doesn't seem enough for a lake that size, does
22 tons.
Of fish. I mean, that's quite a lot of fish, but given the size, but it might just be sparsely populated by fish.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, that wouldn't
Or they're scared of the monster.
Well, they should be, because that would be the monster's only source of food, but that's not enough food.
Not enough to keep it going.
Not for that particular monster, no.
Is it vegetarian?
Well,
Herbivore? I think animals go by the herbivore moniker rather than vegetarian or vegan.
Yeah, I think it's probably a vegan, aquatic vegan dinosaur.
Yeah.
So the creature is usually described as a reptile. So certainly a plesiosaur would have been reptilian.
Yes.
And the loch is just too cold for a reptile. Reptiles just wouldn't live if you have to live in that. Loch Ness was completely covered in ice, which is kind of poo-pooing on my previous thing. But bear in mind, that was during an ice age, so it was much colder.
I'll allow it.
But thanks. I don't know physics. Yeah, I guess we'll let physics be okay on this episode. It was completely covered in ice till around 18,000 years ago. So there couldn't have been anything like that living in there more recently than so. But then, so it's only got there after that. But that particular, if it was that dinosaur, the plesiosaur, they died out 65 million years before that. Yeah, just doesn't make any sense.
But what if it didn't always live in the loch?
But there's no other way it could get in.
Why not?
Because I don't think there's any tributary.
What about Loch Lomond? It could have walked from Loch Lomond.
It could have walked from Loch Lomond, I guess, yeah. Even though there are accounts of a monster in the lake dating back to the Picts, so real ancient Scottish tribal people, the most recent sightings, especially the ones where it's described as a dinosaur, started in the 1930s. And this, remember, the 1930s was a time where there were lots of books and films depicting prehistoric creatures running amok. Notably, Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World and the film King Kong.
This is it, isn't it?
And that's really it. So
is really it.
It was very zeitgeisty, basically, in the 1930s. Yep. And that's really when the Loch Ness conspiracy that we know now first started.
Yeah, and people want these things to be true, don't they?
Here's the kicker, though. This is the last thing I'm going to say. This is why it's complete bullshit. It's estimated the myth draws in 1 million tourists a year, pulling an estimated 25 million into the local economy.
Wow.
There's your answer.
There you go.
There's your monster.
It's
the monster of commercialism. Yeah. That's the Loch Ness monster.
Just ding the bell. There's nothing more to say.
All right, I will ding the bell, but because I want to, not because you're telling me to.
So we're coming to my quickfires. That's me, Neil. I sometimes wonder if people know when we say me, whether they know who we're talking about.
Yeah, I've been told that our voices sound quite similar, but I think people can differentiate us.
Do you think so?
Neil's the deep, sultry voice, and mine's more the squeaky
annoying
one. Yeah, exactly.
Right, so we've covered some of this already. I might do more than 3, because I think they're going to be super quick.
What?
So, first one.
All right.
Loch Ness monster, yes or no? Let's give you a definitive answer.
Well, it's got to be a no, hasn't it?
It's a no.
It's got to be a for. I could. Do you want me? Do you want me to go through it all again?
No, okay. No. Number 2, who shot JFK? One word answer.
The mafia.
The mafia. They were certainly in on it, weren't they?
Yep.
Do you believe the moon landings really happened?
I do.
You do, yeah. Okay. Ever seen a crop circle?
No.
No. Okay. And who would win in a fight, Yeti or Bigfoot?
Where? Is it in the Arctic, or is it in the redwoods of California?
Well, I don't think either of them live in the Arctic, do they?
I thought the Yeti. Oh no, it's Nepal, isn't
Nepal,
it?
Yeah. Himalayas. What if it was in the middle? What if it was like Europe, like in sort of, say, Berlin?
in Berlin,
in a sports centre in Berlin.
In a car park in a pub. In Berlin.
That sort of thing. Yeah.
I'm going to go Yeti.
Why?
Just because I reckon that I think it's used to living in a more hostile environment, so I just think it'd be brick hard. You know, like Northerners. You know, like we're scared of Northerners.
No.
Because they're brick hard, because it's so cold up north and stuff. And
okay, yeah. Okay.
I think that a Bigfoot would be scared of a Yeti for the same reason.
Okay, then that's my quickfires done.
Amazing. I feel like we should pad it out a bit. No, I'm just going to ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Time for my quickfires to Neil now. Mine might not be quite as quick, snappy quickfires as Neil's were, but here we go. If you woke up in a bath full of ice in a hotel room missing one organ, what organ would you most hope is missing?
Is your appendix an organ?
It is, but you've already had yours removed, so you can't answer that. That would be my answer. And also, I wonder how much an appendix goes for on the black market. Probably not very much. Yeah.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be your heart or your lungs.
It could be your skin, the largest organ.
Oh, I don't want my skin.
No, you wouldn't want that, no.
I mean, it's probably going to be a kidney, isn't it? Because you've got to...
Although, yeah, you're probably right. Because I'm just thinking the liver, they could take a little bit of your liver. Like, you can transplant... You don't need a whole liver to be transplanted to it. You need one. But, yeah, you're right. I think kidney. You only need one.
Yeah.
Although, it's nice to know that we've both got, potentially a kidney transplant that we could have.
I would totally give you my kidney if you needed it.
Would you give me your kidney if you only had one left?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So you got to think about me, whether I'm going to give your other kidney away. That takes my backup away, if you see what I mean.
Your backup, yeah, that's true. But you've still got 2 kidneys in this scenario, right?
At the moment, yeah. So
I'm still saying kidney then.
Fine. Next one. Have you ever believed in a conspiracy theory? And if so, which one? So which conspiracy theory would you most potentially be on board with, I suppose?
Well, I guess it goes back to what we've already talked about with JFK, because I mean, the sort of common, most popular opinion, I think, is that Lee Harvey Oswald was a lone gunman who just decided to kill JFK.
Yep.
I don't think that's true.
No, and the whole Jack Ruby killing him, that just doesn't seem
likely.
Make sense,
it
makes no sense at all.
It doesn't make any sense.
Completely out of character for him.
Yeah.
And he was a mob. He was involved in the mob. Yeah, we are getting a bit conspiracy theory like him.
Well, we are, aren't we?
We could maybe do a separate podcast about this, Neil.
We possibly could.
I would be interested in doing that, potentially.
But I totally think the reason I believe all this stuff about JFK is because of that book, American Tabloid.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant book.
It is amazing. It's my favourite book.
And it doesn't... It's the fact we're talking about it in the terms of JFK is a bit of a spoiler, isn't it? Because you don't even realise it's about the JFK assassination.
True.
Until quite far through it.
Yeah, it's quite late on that mission sort of starts.
And it's totally warrants rereading, because when you're rereading it, knowing what it's about, you're like, oh my God, yeah. Absolutely. So that's it, JFK assassination.
Excellent. And finally then, if having a rib removed to enable you to give yourself a blowjob was available on the NHS, would you get the surgery?
I would.
Thank you. Thank you for your candour.
Quiz time.
Oh, nice to hear Paul's voice.
Yeah, he's almost like he's here in the end. He's made the effort, finally.
Yeah. I've missed him, I have to say.
Have you?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I have.
Okay, interesting. Well, something to talk about.
You might have heard the last report.
Something to talk about, anyway, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we would have to... We'd have to get new T-shirts made up.
Oh, okay.
Have to change, or you just have to change your name to Paul by deed poll. That's the solution. We'll do that. No, we'll do that.
Okay, we'll talk about it off air.
Anyway, tell me about the quiz.
So we're going to do a quiz. Before we get going on the quiz, obviously we're only going to be doing it to Mark because Paul's not here.
No, I assumed that because Paul's not here, he's going to sort of... He's what's the word? He's defaulted.
Well,
and I'm just going to get the point on this, and I'm perfectly happy with that.
Well,
he should be here.
I think,
and it's got to be consequences.
I wasn't quite going to do that. I mean, it's your show, Mark. So you tell me. But what I'm suggesting is that I'll ask you 5 questions. Mm-hmm. If you get none right, then you've got the same amount as Paul.
Yeah.
So that's 0-0. Then there's the tiebreaker. If Paul isn't here to answer the question, I'm going to assume his answer to the question is 0. It's a number-based tiebreaker. Mm-hmm. I'll assume his answer is 0. If you give me an answer that's further away from the actual answer than 0, I say Paul wins.
I can't. There's no. I can't have Paul win, and he's not even fucking here, Neil. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it.
But what I would say is that the tiebreaker, the answer to the tiebreaker, has already come up in the pod.
Right. But this is only if I get 0 on the original one.
Yes.
And if I get anything right in the normal questions, I get the point.
You get the point.
Fine. Yeah. Great. Happy with that.
And if you were to get if you were to lose the tiebreaker, then you're a fucking idiot and you deserve to lose.
Fine. Under those circumstances,
you accept my proposal.
I do. That's fine. Oh my God, I can't believe Paul could still fucking win this.
Well, it adds a tiny bit of jeopardy, doesn't it?
I don't want jeopardy. I want points.
And also, I would say,
not gonna
whatever
get to sleep at night, is it?
Whatever you and I agree here today,
Yeah.
Paul is going to fundamentally disagree with when he
couldn't give
back.
a shit what Paul disagrees with.
Okay,
If he had a problem with it, he should be here for the record, shouldn't he?
He should.
Yeah.
He should. Right.
I hope that he's not got something terrible that's happened to him.
I hope not.
Yeah. He didn't say that.
No.
But I'm assuming it's nothing that bad.
No, he's probably just got a family party.
He just said it was double booked.
Yeah.
It was weird he didn't say what it was, actually. Anyway.
Well,
maybe we'll find out next episode.
To the actual content of the quiz itself, I've heard from more than one person, you and Nathan, that last episode's quiz wasn't very good.
In all fairness, though, that's like 1 out of, I don't know how many quizzes you've done now, like 12, 11, 12
What's the
quizzes? That's a good point. It's 8.5 to 4.5. So I think you've probably done 12.
13?
Or 13. I can't remember. Anyway, because there's been some half points and stuff as well, haven't there?
Yeah, I'd say 13 there.
Okay.
So, one bad quiz out of 13 isn't too bad, is it? I had a few different thoughts about what to do with this quiz.
Okay.
I ran out of time to do any of it.
Fair enough.
You
got 2 kids, you're a busy man, I understand.
I stole this quiz from a website called howstuffworks.com.
Well, at least you owned up and you've given them the plug.
It's quite a good website.
Okay.
It had quite a lot of stuff about urban legends and conspiracy theories on it. So if you're out there, which you are, because you're listening, have a listen. Have a look. It's pretty good.
Or even if you're in there.
If you're in there, whatever. Have a look. So I've gone back to basics, because that's what they've done. And 5 questions, all multiple choice, all about urban legends and whatnot.
Right, hit me.
So question number 1.
Yep. I don't need to write anything down.
You don't. No, just answer. Where would you find a ghost called the Suscon Screamer? Is it Australia, Pennsylvania, or Transylvania? Suscon Screamer.
And what were the options again?
It is Australia,
yeah,
Pennsylvania,
yeah,
or Transylvania.
I'm gonna go Australia.
The answer is Pennsylvania.
Fuck. Okay. God, I can't believe Paul might beat me. Come on.
It's a jilted bride supposedly hung herself from a bridge on Suscon Road, and people who visit the area may hear her tortured cries.
Oh, maybe.
They may.
Okay.
Right. Number 2. What happens to women who encounter the spirit of the avenging Greek soldier who was murdered at the end of World War II? Do they get pregnant? Do they get married immediately? Or do they die?
Well, before you gave any answers, if this wasn't multiple choice, I would have said get pregnant. So I'm going to go with my gut and go get pregnant.
That, Mark, is the correct answer.
Come on! I got a point!
Apparently they get pregnant, and it's part of the soldiers' plans for revenge that any sons that are born will grow up to avenge their murdered father.
Yeah, that's like a nice... From that dead soldier,
yeah.
I think he's got that right. I think he's got that absolutely right.
Yep, that's what you do as well.
Yep.
Right. What does the slit-mouthed woman supposedly say as she roams the earth looking for peace? Does she say, "Do you like my smile?" Or, "Am I pretty?" Or, "Visit me in the dark"?
I'm going to say... Oh, I don't know. I mean, they're all very, very unsettling.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm going to go, "Am I pretty?"
That's right.
Yeah!
Yes, very good. Yeah.
Come on.
I've got no sort of background on that.
Oh, I wonder if Paul hears this. He could do the quiz as well, and if he was
could.
honest... I'm not going to give it, even if he beats him, I'm not going to give him the
No,
point.
don't give
But
him
it'd
the
be
point.
interesting to know whether I might have beaten him legitimately anyway. But
Don't find out. Just take the point.
I'm going to take the point, whatever. Don't worry about that.
Okay. So you got 2, Mark.
Woohoo!
You have got 2. 2 out of 3.
Yay!
That's a good score.
Yeah.
Yeah. By your standards.
All right, quiz man, Neil. A bit of impartiality. Come on.
All right, question 4. True or false? 50-50.
50-50.
Yep. The daddy longlegs spider is one of the world's most venomous spiders, but its fangs are too small to inject venom into humans.
Oh, no, I have heard that.
But have you heard it as an urban myth?
Yeah.
You see what we're doing here?
I've got I think I'm going to go... It doesn't really matter, does it? But let's go... I think it's true.
It's false.
Oh, okay.
There are two arachnids many people call daddy longlegs. The harvestman and the... Oh my god, I can't say that. Falsid house spider.
Oh.
Harvestmen have no venom, and the falsid spiders have venom, but they're of a typical strength.
Okay, right, okay.
There you go.
Maybe that's what I've heard then, that they are venomous, but they just can't bite a human sort of thing. But
Maybe.
yeah, okay.
Maybe. All right, question 5. Who created the well to hell?
Oh, I think I know this.
Okay, well, I've got options. Do you want me to...
Go on. Actually, Nick, can I say beforehand?
Well...
Oh, go on, give us the thing. Do your thing, go on.
Okay. Why don't you write it down?
I write down...
I won't accept it as your formal answer, but...
Fine.
But... I suppose you might as well have just said it, won't you?
Okay, go on.
Is it Cubans, Russians, or Americans?
And I've written down, bottom of the page...
Russians.
Russia. Yeah.
Russia. It is Russia.
Yeah.
Yep.
I came across this earlier when I was doing some
Wow,
research.
nice. Good.
It's like a 8-mile deep well that they've drilled.
Well, yeah, it says that they built this massive well in Siberia that went so deep it punctured the ceiling to hell, and a winged demon emerged.
Yep. And that winged demon's name was Vladimir Putin.
Oh, bit of politics.
Bit of politics for you there. Yeah. Excellent. So that was 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
I'll be interested to know what Paul would have got if he does this. He'll probably not even listen to this.
You don't think so?
He might. He probably will, actually.
That'd be scandalous.
Indeed. But excellent. Anything? Oh, you got the tiebreaker as well.
The tiebreaker was how deep is Loch Ness at its deepest point.
Oh, so what did I have? About 800 feet, I think.
Could you give it to me in meters, please?
About 230 meters.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
There you go.
Great stuff.
Smashed it.
Well, that's really perked me up.
So what's the score now?
It's now I've got 5.5 and Paul's got 8.5.
So if Paul doesn't turn up for the next 3 episodes, you could draw a level.
Pegging.
That would be amazing.
Excellent.
I'm really rooting for you.
Thanks.
No, I'm completely impartial. Sorry.
I'm going to ding the bell on that. So that concludes this week's episode of Mark and Paul's Opinion Hour. Sans Paul, but avec Quizman Neil. So, and I think Neil's done a fabulous job. What isn't apocryphal is that I've had an awful lot of fun tonight.
Oh, that's nice, mate.
Thanks, mate. Yeah,
very nice.
And also, what is not apocryphal is we could do without Paul, I reckon.
Well, I mean, let's not be too hasty. Let's do the edit.
I think
listen back.
I think what's most important, is that Paul now knows that we can do this without him.
We don't need him.
Yeah, so maybe that might focus his mind a bit.
You're
to actually
right.
Turn up for
That's
records
right.
in future.
It's interesting that we couldn't do it without you, isn't it?
What I want to know is that, next time, whatever it is he's doing tonight, and again, if it's something horrible that's happened, I do apologise.
Yeah, but I hope you're okay, Paul.
Yeah, we do hope you're okay. But
thinking of you.
Next time something crops up, it will be them that gets the text going, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm double booked because I've got a podcast recording."
Or you'll just maybe think it's in totally safe hands. You can just pop in whenever he fancies it. Leave it to us.
Maybe.
Leave it to the Barron brothers.
Yeah, leave it to the old BBs.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's all we got. So, one last little reminder. We would love to hear your opinions about this. What you may have noticed on this episode, and because we're going to do things slightly different, you might have noticed that we've done it a bit differently today in terms of length of podcast, length of segments, etc. So we tried something a little bit new today. But anyway, if you have any thoughts about that, if you thought it was too short as an episode, if you thought the segments were too short or about right and you like the changes, do let us know. And this is how you can contact us.
Mark and Paul's Opinion Hour at gmail.com.
So, if you've got any thoughts about this episode, or future episodes, or previous episodes, please send us an email. We love to receive your correspondence.
Did you miss Paul? Was it better without him?
Did you miss Paul? Or do you prefer it with Paul, prefer it out? Because, hey, if we get enough of a consensus from our listenership, then that joker is out on his arse. I can tell you that straight away.
Mark and Neil's Opinion Hour at gmail.com.
We will have to talk about that.
Maybe we should just get the domain name just in case.
Maybe we should just do that, indeed.
Just in case.
Anyway, with that, I think we're going to let you go. Thank you so much for listening again. We will be back sometime in the not-too-distant future with another episode. Do keep listening, subscribe, comment, email us if you like, and have a wonderful time in between now and then.
Bye.